Systematic oppression is not just a system that does not value its hardest working class. Systematic oppression is instilling little value in a community from birth to inception to perpetuate a centripetal cycle of underclass who do not have the resources or knowledge to create independence and ideas in their own thinking. And as I wrap up my first year as a public school teacher, I'm sinking into a stained classroom thinking that this schoolhouse is chipped middle school prison, 8 hours of stress, dirty mouths, and self-defense. It's a mechanism. Hell have no greater fury than a teenager scorned, and every last one of them has been. In the chaos of clouded opportunity, of windows nailed shut, paper wads, broken pencils, magnitude of attitude, and moving violations, these kids just don't understand their impact. The heartache and loud minds that will set pace for the next generation. We're frustrated and learning on a curve, and I am watching them hurt each other. Their fathers, the mothers that are still around, their grandmothers, but most of them don't even know any better. Over the school year, they have blossomed into four walls bursting at the seams. Still doors cannot contain them. Teachers yelling idle threats over intercom lungs cannot contain them. Inability to finish thoughts, to scribble incomplete sentences, but in-school suspension for confetti in their hair. God damn. These East Side middle schools, no child left behind unless English is not her native language. Some days I cry when their heads are distracted and their brains don't listen, and I spend all class long seeking revenge. Sometimes I smile or grimace when they sit by my desk and engage me in real-world conversation about the boys they crush on, their fears of nuclear strike, or ask me where we will lock ourselves away in the event of a mass shooting. Most days, we barely survive this concrete. I shouldn't let them play soccer in class, should have an aversion to paper airplanes, but it seems that paper is the only thing in these corridors encouraged to spread wings and fly. Today, like any other's kind of a shit day, but one day closer to fake weekend freedom, marker caps litter linoleum, glue drips, doors slam, chip back slide in a broken window breeze, and I should not be watching the clock like I am, but I am. And so are they. Only 7 minutes till the bell rings, and I am one of many teachers systematically failing them. I'm having trouble bucking a system created to oppress, created to destroy them. And all I want is to go home and hide, but I don't. And all I can do is love them, and so I do. And tomorrow is another day, and I will be in a trash-out class waiting for the bells and the yells and the wandering hands and the curse words. When lesson plans go awry and the only tools I have left to equip them with are the importance of questioning authority, seeking out their own answers, and exercising their right to open their fucking mouth and speak their truth that God gave them. Because these little shitheads are our future. This is what I teach them.
So I'm trying to write a book, and this one is, thank you so much. And I'm going to read you two poems I'm working on for my book. It's about being queer and being in the borderland. This one's called Small City, it's real short. It's hard to meet a stranger in a fossil. That was the problem. People knew the person I would have been, had I only been what they expected. Everyone knows my family here. My family has eyes everywhere. And there was too much I didn't want them to see. Growing up gay in a small city. Gracias, mi maceta pequeña, pero ya no cabo ahí. Thank you, my small pot. I no longer fit there. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys. So I wrote this concept when I was really high. You know what I'm saying?
Was it during 420?
Thank you very much, Corey. Anyway, it's called Earth 915. This is Earth 915, one of an infinite number of Earths that exist in the multiverse. And here, Thor is Mexican. And not that blonde hair, blue eyes Mexican player. Mestizo Mexican. Dark skin moreno Mexican. Sangre indígena mexica, but long, dark, curly hair. But for the sake of this poem, we're just going to call him Mexican. On Earth 915, El Thor calls to his hammer by letting out a mighty by the actual call. His hammer's name, you ask? Hija de la chingada. You can hear him calling for his trusty weapon in battle. Hija la chingada! Ese pinche Thor, as he's affectionately referred to by the native people of Chihuahua. And in case you were wondering, Chihuahua is Spanish for Asgard, and Thor is from Asgard. So essentially, Thor is from Chihuahua, and there is where trumpets play endlessly. Vicente Fernandez. Always, you find Thor getting drunk off of kegs of tecate, and he uses his axe to chop lines, yo. Look, in an infinite number of Earths, on Earth 915 is the one where the Border Patrol wasn't abolished, it just never existed. Slavery was voluntary and purely sexual, and colonization was a reality TV show that, like The Real Housewives, where Nene Leakes basically just travels from country to country to find teams of messy rich women. It's basically like Zordon. On Earth 915, you can get menudo every day, not just on Sundays. Tamales is a global delicacy, and Mexicans realize their power. And Mexicans realize their love. Thank you all very much.
Do you think the moon is aware of her radiance? Or conscious of her power over the ocean tide? Do you think that she knows that to us, she is the one living among the stars? No, I don't think she does. She doesn't hear our pleas, our prayers, our praises in the vacuum of space. She spends her life like a monarch butterfly sealed in a plexiglass prison. Forever having our problems, our insecurities, our phases projected onto her. She is tidal waves and cars towed at your expense. Right over there. Maybe you parked your car over there and move your car. She is heavy period flow and drunk text to your ex. She is lycanthropy and a sign of the world's end. She is all of those things to us, but none of those things to herself. She is deep obsidian reflecting diamonds, warmed and shaped by cosmic serendipity. She is a sister, a daughter, an heir to the passage of time. She is a cool echo chamber, bathing others in her bountiful silence. In the vacuum of space, she is free of the intrusive thoughts of others and blissfully ignorant of their expectations. She is perfect to herself in every way possible. Yet, as crazy as it might sound, science has proven that objects of matter such as the moon are changed by our gaze. There is a measurable difference as to how something acts when it is under scrutiny than when it is left free to exist. Molecules are hyper-vigilant, hyper-conscious of the countless eyes spectating their existence, so she remains tethered. Held down by eyes she cannot see, hands she cannot feel, and words she cannot hear. One day, she will be free to exist for herself. Thank you.
I know I'm fucking up, man. It's the alcohol. It's really what it is. The electric wind, October 31st, any year, is winter coming in Candy. The schools that permit costume days are the best. Reminders that the rules gluing society together are nothing but facade and decor, but still, kids never say Candyman 3 times in the mirror because some curses are real. 364 days a year, children navigate a world of razor blade apples, but on these nights, they check their treasures before bleeding. On these nights, monsters become visible by jack-o'-lantern smile light. All fears are faced, while all other days, it is unexpected ghosts. Monsters behind familiar grins. It is wishing we wore the costumes that told you who we are and what at heart we dream to be, because all other days, we zombie, but not for fun. Thank you.
Woo! Dumb shit.
Some shit. All right. So this next piece is like so brand spanking new. It's not even fucking done. But, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, so I was like, it's something, right? And I watch it, I start going, and then the cosmos. This moment's called I Grew Tired of the Old Gods, so I made new ones. In the beginning was the big nothing. And the big nothing knew all, saw all, heard all, but did nothing. And the big nothing grew bored, so the big nothing got high one day and spat out the prime gods, Chewy and Reina. And they weren't related or pulled from each other's rib or any other weird shit like that. And Chewy was Reina's viejo, and Reina was Chewy's ruca. And they cruised the blank nothing in his cosmic ramfla. And one day, the ship got a blowout and rode on the rim too long, and the sparks got stuck and became stars. And one day, the ship backfired, and the smoke and bang made galaxies and planets. And Reina, being the ever-cool deity she is, painted those stars into sick-ass constellations, and painted creatures and landscape on all those lonely planets. And Chewy fell even more in love. And they had 3 children, Flaca, Gordo, and Humo. Flaca was a girl, Gordo was a boy, and Humo was neither. And Flaca was made of clumsy earthquakes, and Gordo was made of the rolling ocean, and Humo was made of cleaning smoke and rain. And on this planet, the animals of night, before night was even night, came from everywhere, held a meeting. The jackal and the owl, the snake and the raccoon, the jaguar, the possum, the tarantula, the bat, the scorpions, and the other, and they all agreed they couldn't see shit. So they voted, and they told the wolf to talk to Chewy. And the wolf howled and told Chewy that the darkness was too much. So Chewy agreed and punched a hole in the night, and the moon shone through, and the animals were thankful. And once in a while, the wolf still howls to remind Chewy on the nights he's too drunk to let the moon out. And Chewy is the type of vato who only pays attention about what he cares about. So when the pine trees and the grass, cacti, and bushes begged for their own holy light, Chewy was too busy doing something, which is probably nothing. So Reina heard their songs and smiled. She kissed Chewy and the children while they slept, and she left to become the sun. Now what would later become the devil began as Chewy's sad shadow. It grew and draped over his son. Gordo never knew how to get out of it, so he built worlds made out of feelings. And in those worlds became envy. And in envy became this twisted voice. And the twisted voice became a centipede. And each of its 1,000 legs carried evil. And each bite was full of poison. And the centipede crawled out of the shadow and out into the rest of the universe.